Hi, my name is Serena Hohenstein, and my main activity is theater. I love acting because when I'm on stage, I get to be somebody who I'm not, and I get to have their experiences, which I may not have had before. And also, it's just kind of freeing. You get to just be up in front of a bunch of people and not be you. It's an interesting experience. My biggest inspiration, I kind of have like two sets. One is my parents. They were both actors, and they taught me a lot and just would show me a lot of classic movie musicals that I fell in love with, and that's just kind of how I got my love for theater. And then also when I was in The Wizard of Oz at Seattle Children's Theater this year, the adult actors really took me and other young actors under their wing and taught us a lot of things just by performing, and so I took a lot away from them. I started acting, well, my first play that I was in was when I was in 4th grade, and it was a tiny little play at my school, and I only had a few lines, but that was when I saw that I kind of had potential of doing more things, and then I actually started taking classes when I was in middle school. I've grown as an actress. I've learned how to take things from my own life to add to the characters that I play, but I've also learned how to take away things from my own life so that they don't influence the character in any way. It kind of goes both ways, and I've had to learn kind of when to cross those lines and when to not. And as a person, I've just learned to be nice to people all the time and to be considerate, because in the theater world there's a lot of heartbreak, and you just need to understand what other people are feeling and just stay positive and really considerate of others. The school productions that I've been in, my first one was Larry and the Werewolf, which was my sophomore year, and I played a character named Todd, and she was a girl, and that nickname has stuck with me ever since. I was also an understudy in Almost Maine, and then I was a cheerleader in Back to the 80s, a totally awesome musical, and then I was also in All Shook Up, and I played the lead character of Natalie. To get these parts, I just had to work really hard and rely on what I had learned in my classes and camps at theaters locally. And then I just had to figure out what was important for me. I ended up taking private voice lessons so that I could be stronger in that when I was doing All Shook Up. For drama classes, I never took any within the school except for play production and musical production. But outside of school, I have taken camps and workshops at the Fifth Avenue Theater in downtown Seattle, and also classes and shows at Seattle Children's Theater. I have been in some productions outside of school. I did 2 summer season shows at Seattle Children's Theater, which is just shows that are directed by adults and staff at the theater, but are acted by kids. And so I was in the ensemble for the musical Avenue Q, and then I had the lead character in the Reformed Vampire Support Group. And then I also did a professional show at Seattle Children's Theater, which was The Wizard of Oz, and that was just this past fall and winter. My favorite school production was All Shook Up, just because that was the first time that I had a lead role, and I had to work really hard, and it was a huge learning stretch, so that was really fun. My favorite production overall was The Wizard of Oz. I was in the ensemble, and in Wizard of Oz, there's not a ton of places for the ensemble, but I was a member of the Emerald City, and I also got to do some backstage singing. And that was just an incredible experience because I got to work with actors who had been in the business for a really long time, and even actors that I had looked up to. And then I just got to meet these people who are just so wonderful, and they taught me so much, and I made some incredible friends who are kids as well. And Wizard of Oz is one of my favorite shows of all time, so being able to be in that environment every other day for 4 months was just a joy. My favorite costume that I've worn was my Wizard of Oz costume. Because I was in the Emerald City, I was decked out in green. I got to wear my first wig, which was bright red and curly, kind of looked like it had come out of the 40s, and this awesome green hat and a green apron, and they were all different shades of green, and some didn't always look like they matched, but on stage it worked, and I just loved wearing that costume all the time, and I miss that costume and miss wearing that a lot. I actually haven't gotten any awards for acting, but for me it's not really about the awards so much. It's just the experience that you have and just the growth that happens in every show that you do. After high school, I'm planning on attending Emerson College in Boston, Massachusetts, and I'm majoring in writing for film and television. I decided to go into that because it's another passion of mine that I haven't really been able to explore very much. But the good thing about Emerson is that even though I'm not majoring in theater, I still get to be involved in theater groups and companies that are local. So I get to keep performing while I'm there. I decided on Emerson because of the community there, I think was the biggest thing. My mom and I got to visit in April, and I met some of the faculty who are currently working professionals, but they also teach there. And also I just love the aspect that I can get involved in so many other things besides my major. I can do a cappella groups or dance companies or work on their TV station. There are just so many opportunities, so many creative outlets for me there. After I finish college, I want to move to LA and get a job on a TV show, writing for a TV show. But I still want to stay involved in the arts somehow. I haven't really decided how I'm going to do that yet, but it's definitely something that's very important to me. High school coming to an end is very bittersweet for me. I have had an amazing 4 years in high school. I've met incredible friends and incredible teachers and just had amazing experiences. And so endings are always hard for me. And so having something that's been so regular for 4 years is really crazy and emotional. But I'm also really excited for this next step for me. The teacher who's had the biggest impact on me was Senora Collins, my Spanish teacher. I've had her for all 4 years, and she has just become an amazing friend for me. I mean, we clicked right away my freshman year, and ever since then I've just counted on her for everything, and I just feel like I can go to her with any personal issues or school issues, or just when I'm excited and want to talk to somebody, she's always there. And so she's just been a really great friend, and I hope that I can stay in contact with her because she's definitely a very important part of my life now. For people who want to join the drama department or are just thinking about it, I would tell them to do it. Even if you don't get cast right away or you don't know that you necessarily want to do it, just audition. Auditioning is one of the biggest parts of theater, and it's a great experience because you meet so many great people and you learn from auditions too, and it kind of boosts your self-confidence. And then if you get in a show, it's so much fun. You make great friendships and amazing memories. So yeah. Well, this is kind of high school related. Something I would like to tell people is just to stay positive about high school. Don't get negative about it. Don't sulk about having to come every day, because if you are negative, you'll just stay negative and you won't find the really incredible things that high school has to offer. And I felt like I succeeded in staying positive, and I'm really happy now. So, yeah.